Subscribe to Movie Learnings and click on the bell icon to get notification on all new travel videos.
Sofia is the capital of the Balkan nation of Bulgaria. It's in the west of the country, below Vitosha Mountain. The city's landmarks reflect more than 2,000 years of history, including Greek, Roman, Ottoman and Soviet occupation. So let's explore. 1. Sofia Bulgaria, the scale of this building will blow you away. Inside St. Alexander Nevsky has room for 10,000 people and it's the second largest cathedral in the Balkan region. As with a great deal of Sofia's grand architecture, the city's cathedral dates to the 1880s. This was directly after the Ottomans were overthrown and the state of Bulgaria was re-established. It was originally dedicated to the Russian soldiers that lost their lives in the course of this liberation. When you're inside, look up at the ceiling of the main cupola, which has a mural of the Lord God Sabbath. The crypt here is open to visitors and has a big collection of icons. 2. St. George Rotunda, the heart of ancient Serdica and the oldest building in modern Sofia. This red brick church was built all the way back in 300s. It's a wonder that this building has survived unscathed for such an amount of time, and all around are interesting little details that hit home the great age of the site and civilizations that have passed through. Step inside to view the detailed medieval frescoes that had been painted over by the Ottomans when the church was converted to a mosque in the 1600s. These were only rediscovered and restored in the 1990s. Outside you can see the flagstones of a Roman street and other remnants of ancient Serdica. 3. Vitosha Mountain, climbing to more than 2,200 meters behind Sofia's southwestern suburbs is Vitosha, a monumental peak in a nature park, promising more adventure than you could ever cram into one trip. The easiest way to access Vitosha is via Aleko, the mountain's ski resort, which is where the Simeonovo gondola lift will drop you off. From there the walk to Vitosha's Black Peak is surprisingly light when the weather's good in spring or autumn, as the peak is part of a large plateau that seems to go on forever thanks to its shallow gradient. Of course, you don't need to go that far for an incredible, vertiginous view of Sofia. 4. Ivan Varro National Theatre, the Viennese architects Helmer and Fellner, responsible for a catalogue of extravagant buildings across Central Europe, built this theatre in 1909. True to form, the Ivan Varro National Theatre is a grand neoclassical structure that remains the last word in Bulgarian culture to this day. The building with its towering portico is an iconic sight for Bulgaria, appearing on banknotes, and is most famous for its drama productions. Chief director here is Alexander Morfov, responsible for acclaimed Bulgarian and Russian language adaptations of Don Quixote and Shakespeare plays in here and in Russia. 5. Central Mineral Baths. Sofia has a lot of spring activity, and these waters have drawn visitors since medieval times. The Ottomans developed their own hammam at this site, and when it was destroyed following the Bulgarian revival, a new city bathing complex was built. The central baths date to 1913 and were in use up until the mid-80s. It's one of Sofia's most photographed buildings, constructed in the Neo-Byzantine style with a large dome behind an impressive vestibule. The gardens are open to the public and the fountain at the center is fed by the hot natural mineral water. You're free to try it if you're brave enough. 6. Vitosha Boulevard, the fanciest street in the city. Vitosha Boulevard is where all the posh boutiques and fashion houses are clustered. If you're not an upmarket shopper, then you can just console yourself with those arresting views of Vitosha Mountain, which is capped with a dusting of snow for much of the year and framed by the street's tall buildings. It's a thoroughly pleasant place to spend a couple of hours. The cafes along the pedestrian street have outdoor seating, and in recent years the lampposts, benches and kiosks have been redesigned into an elegant Art Nouveau style, recalling the early years of the Bulgarian revival. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe, like, share and comment this videos with your friends.